Once in a kingdom there was a king who was such a great king that he was fit for a king. He was handsome and brave, his castle was paid for, and he had the pink slip to the royal carriage. He even had a swimming pool shaped like a swimming pool. But for all this, he did have one little fault.
Oh, honey, dearest.
Whom is it you wish, sire?
My wife, the queen, that's whom.
But, sire, you're not married.
Oh? Maybe that's why I can't find her.
Yes, the king was absent-minded and couldn't seem to remember anything. He had forgotten to ever marry. Knowing that every king should have a queen, he discussed the matter with his prime minister.
What shall I do?
Get married.
If I'm ever going to have a queen, I'll have to have some help.
So saying, he took a wishbone from his pocket that he had been saving for just such an emergency, snapped it, got the biggest half, and said his wish.
Help!
With that, there was a tinkling of tiny bells, a blinding flash of light, and a beautiful blue fairy appeared.
I'm a magic blue fairy, and I can help you get a queen.
I am all ears.
I know, but I can still help you get a queen.
Taking the king to a golden chariot, they soared up into the sky, raced among the clouds, and finally came to rest in a deep forest.
Well, it's a nice way to travel, but you'll have to admit, those landings are a little rough.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Now, where is this beautiful princess who is to be my queen?
She's a lovely princess, and she's in that castle on yon mountain.
Good. Let's go get her.
Well, first you must slay the terrible giant who lives in the woods.
Bye.
Hey, wait! With this magic sword, you can defeat him easily.
Well, that was encouraging, and the king bravely entered the woods where he soon came face to face with the giant.
Yourself. Now stick 'em up.
The king could have simply slain the giant on the spot, but for one thing, he had forgotten the magic sword. The giant gave the hapless king a terrible beating.
He threw you nearer the castle, so you passed that obstacle. You were lucky.
Yeah, lucky. Now let's go get the princess.
Hey, not so fast. Next, you must pass through the huge, vicious thorn bush that surrounds the castle.
I could never get through there.
You can when I tell you the secret, and that's to be brave, for the thorns will part to let a brave man pass.
Oh, yeah. Well, then, that sounds easy enough. Stand back.
He ran headlong toward the vicious thorns, but also running true to form, he forgot to be brave, chickened out, and...
Did it again, eh?
Yeah, looks like.
Well, never you mind. I'll just wave my magic wand and make those old vicious thorns disappear. There we go.
Hey, why didn't you tell me you could do that before?
Well, you didn't ask me.
Well, anyway, now we can go in the castle and get the princess to be my queen.
No, not quite yet. First, you must do away with the wicked witch that guards her.
Problems. Why so many problems?
It's the breaks, boy. Beautiful princesses just don't come easy in these fairy tales.
Yeah, I know. Well, okay, what's the gimmick with the wicked witch?
I'll give you a magic word that'll make her disappear.
And that is?
Thundervogel.
Wouldn't you know it? Me with a lousy memory.
So, armed with the magic word, the king ran into the castle and...
Ha-ha! Now, you wicked witch.
Hold it. I'm the beautiful princess. That's the wicked witch over there.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Ha-ha! Now, you wicked witch.
So, a handsome king who dares to enter my castle, eh? Well, just for that I'll turn you into a toad. Higgledy-piggledy, my black hen.
Stop!
What for?
For I have a magic word that'll make you disappear. And it is,
Well, get on with it.
Thundervogel!
It was a miracle. The king had remembered the word, and the wicked witch disappeared in a cloud of green smoke. But so happy was the king by the fact that he finally remembered something, he completely forgot why he was there.
Yippee! I remembered!
Weeks went by, and of course, the absent-minded king did not return to his kingdom, for he was unable to remember which kingdom was his. Finally, he chanced to pass a lovely young girl from whom he asked directions, and when she put her dainty finger to her chin to think over the question...
Pardon me, but I can't help noticing that you have a string tied around your finger. What's it for?
To help me remember.
Remember what?
I don't know. I forgot.
The girl, it seemed, was as absent-minded as the king, and needless to say, there was such a common bond, they fell in love. And so it was that, what's his name, married, what's her name, in Who's It, and they lived, life happily ever after. Back in the days when everyone was on the Snow White kick, scallywags and roustabouts had an easy time of it.
Your money or your life?
Oh, that's easy. You can take my wife.
Not your wife, your life.
It's funnier my way, but take my purse.
Statistics showed that crime was rampant, especially in a tiny kingdom known as Easy Pickens. The people there used to set their watches by the number of robberies that occurred.
What time do you have?
Let me see. The blacksmith is being held up, so it must be 11:15.
This might have gone on indefinitely had it not been for the arrival of a jolly gentleman on a black donkey whose name was Mule.
Mule.
His name was Schuyler Sugg, and his hobby was preventing crime.
Your money or your wife?
A lady appeared as if by magic, and the robber was thwarted. What's more, Mr. Sugg spent the next 7 days in wielding his shillelagh in the cause of justice.
Citizens of Easy Pickens, we owe a great deal to Schuyler Sugg.
It comes to $43.12.
He has not only cleaned out the town, but he's cleaned out the town treasury.
Sugg opened a tiny but adequate detective agency and proceeded to solve any and all mysteries.
I lost my pet cow, Mr. Sugg.
You'll find him inside the counter at the butcher store at 89 cents a pound. He's on special, too.
Somebody's been stealing eggs from our chicken house, Mr. Sugg. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you eating your breakfast.
Be with you as soon as I finish these coddled eggs.
And there's no doubt of it, fellow villagers. Schuyler Sugg is our man of the year.
Yay! I don't know what to say, Mr. Mayor.
Yay!
That's when the trouble started. It was one of the coldest winters on record, and a massive fog bank sprang up out of the lower valleys and blanketed the area. It didn't stay very long, but it left behind something. For there, in the middle of a once vacant meadow, stood a black castle.
Must be one of those prefab jobs.
It was then he noticed that not a door or a window was to be seen.
You in there! Lower the drawbridge!
No answer. Just the cold, clammy wind whistling through the turrets.
Better send a wire to Alfred Hitchcock.
The news spread through the town like wildfire, and by noon, everyone was standing before the huge castle.
It's black magic, that's what it is.
Nonsense, Mr. Mayor. Here, boys, take these torches and set fire to the place.
But suppose there's a witch in there.
We'll smoke her out.
Under Sugg's direction, the villagers set the castle on fire. Or at least they tried to.
The castle won't burn, Mr. Sugg.
What do you mean it won't burn? You can smell the smoke.
But the smoke was coming from a nearby forest.
Why, it's supernatural, that's what it is. We set the castle on fire and the forest burns up.
Poppycock and Balderdash and all those other reindeer.
The others were too frightened to move. Not Schuyler Sugg, though. He carried a huge sack of gunpowder to the edge of the moat, lit a fuse, and then swung the sack around and finally flung it high over the castle wall.
Watch. Any second now. Boom!
They watched in breathless silence, waiting for the blast. And they got what they were waiting for. Unfortunately, it wasn't the castle that blew up. It was half the village. Sugg was in for a fight.
Boy, we better keep an eye on this castle.
You'd better get some sleep, Schuyler. You've got an awful lot of work to do tomorrow.
I have got an awful lot of work to do right now.
Extracting a magnifying glass from his pocket, Schuyler left the warm fire to probe the back side of the castle.
I'll take over while you're sleuthing.
Nothing happened for about 10 or 15 minutes. Then, suddenly, the drawbridge of the castle slowly came down.
What'll we do, Mr. Mayor?
Only one thing to do. We've got to go inside.
Brave words indeed. Thus the mayor, in fact, the remainder of the village, went slowly across the drawbridge and into the Black Castle. No sooner did they enter than the drawbridge mysteriously went up, sealing one and all inside. Dawn was late in coming, and so was Schuyler Sugg, who had gotten lost in the pitch darkness and spent most of the night home in bed.
Good morning, Every.
A chill ran through him. There was no one left.
They were such wonderful folks. They were always trying to do something for me.
His hair, what was left of it, stood on end, as once more the drawbridge came down. Would he be able to summon enough courage to go in alone and uncover the secret?
Heavens, no! I am not going in there!
Oh, go on, Mr. Sugg. We'll be right behind you. Go ahead now. Open the door.
Surprise! Surprise! Happy birthday, Schuyler!
Them's my kind of people. Concern 'em.
Many years ago, in a faraway land, there lived an old tinker and his wife who had a little tinker for a son. The old couple were very thin, but not because they were poor, for the old man had made a fine success of his business and they were quite wealthy. It was because their son had an appetite that was a frightening thing to behold, and every time they went to the cupboard for something to eat...
Alas, the cupboard is bare.
Yes, honey bun, and the same fate has befallen our icebox.
Oh, the boy's done it again. He's eaten everything in the house.
Not quite.
You mean?
Yes, dearie, I hid a chicken-fried peacock in the chandelier.
Thank heavens we're saved.
They hurried into the other room, but alas again, when they had climbed up to the chandelier...
Hi, Ma. Hi, Pa.
Oh, he found it.
I also found a knackwurst you had hidden under the mattress.
Now, the old couple loved their son dearly, but as a matter of their own survival, they were forced to come to a decision on the spot.
Why don't you leave home?
Yes, it's time for you to go out in the world and make your fortune.
This little silver hammer is the very same one I started with. Take it and good luck, son. May you become a big tinker someday.
Knowing that he had come from a long line of tinkers, the lad was full of confidence, and quickly, going off to the nearest city, he walked along the streets crying his trade.
I tink.
Unfortunately, the townspeople completely misunderstood what he was saying and took a dim view of such a proclamation.
Shame on you.
We don't want your kind around here. Out!
The poor lad was stoned, and only by darting into a hollow tree at the last possible moment did the lad manage to escape with his life. He might have stayed in the hollow tree for the rest of his life if fate had not taken a hand, for it so happened that a fearful giant troll moved into the woods surrounding a nearby kingdom and was terrifying everybody with his thunderous roars.
Me.
Now, having a troll in one's woods is most undesirable, and the situation looked hopeless, but on that very afternoon, the royal woodchopper chanced to cut down the hollow tree in which the little tinker was hiding. And when it was brought to the castle...
What's that inside the tree?
A squirrel?
With blue eyes?
When it was discovered that it was a lad, the king was overjoyed.
He must be an enchanted boy. Why else would he be living in a hollow tree?
Maybe he's cuckoo.
But the king, convinced that the young man was of the enchanted variety, quickly took him off to the edge of the great forest.
With your magic powers, you can get rid of the troll for me.
I don't know anything about getting rid of trolls, Your Highness. You see, I'm a tinker.
None of us are perfect, boy. Now go!
Being a tinker had been nothing but trouble. And just then, he came face to face with the frightful troll himself.
Fee, fum, fo, fi. I smell a human passing by.
It is only I.
And whom are you?
I'm a scared little tinker.
A tinker? You mean an itinerant mender of pots and pans?
I hope so. It's been so long, you know, I've forgotten.
Good. I have a hole in my people pot.
People pot?
Yes, it's the pot in which us trolls cook people. If you will mend it for me, I shall grant you a wish.
Taking his silver hammer, the boy tinked and tinked, and soon the task was completed.
There, it's just like new.
Fine, Liebchen. You do good work.
Hey, what's the idea of putting me in a pot?
You're a people, aren't you?
Yes,
So you're going to get cooked.
but you said you would grant me a wish.
So I lied.
Desperate, he struck out with his little silver hammer. Fortunately, the one thing that will do in a troll is a blow from a silver hammer. Returning to the kingdom, the little tinker found himself a hero.
Half of my kingdom is yours, boy. And now for the best part. Take a look at this.
Say, that's a nice goat you got there.
Goat? That's my daughter. You get to marry her.
Hello, honey.
Say, that kid was enchanted. Did you see him disappear?
The lad didn't stop running until he was 5 kingdoms away. Realizing that he had nothing but trouble as a tinker, he changed his trade to being a cobbler. And one day, as he walked through the countryside crying his trade,
Cobble, 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 cobble.
a near-sighted huntsman mistook him for a turkey and shot him on the spot. Oh, I know it's very sad. But at least one thing can be learned from this tale, and that is that once a tinker is bad enough, but once a cobbler is strictly for the birds. That's an old saying. Many years ago, in a primeval pond, there were many frogs. But there was one frog among them who was different from all the rest. His mother called him Julius.
Julius, you sit around all day doing nothing. Why don't you go out and play leap people with the other frogs?
Thanks, but no thanks.
Oh, what is the matter with you, Julius? You haven't touched your lunch.
People have more fun than frogs.
Yes, I guess they do. Now eat your flies.
But it's no fun eating flies. In fact, being a frog is no fun, you know. If you want to have fun, you got to be a people because...
I know. People have more fun than frogs.
Yes, that was the trouble with Julius. People did have more fun than frogs, and he knew it. For many was the time he would sit by the road leading to the great kingdom and watch the people as they passed. They were all having fun. Julius couldn't stand it any longer, and knowing that he could never be happy unless he was a people, while the little frog hopped off into the dark woods to do something about it. By noon that same day, he arrived at the house of his fairy frog mother.
So you want to be a people, do you, Julius?
More than anything. Can you do it?
Of course. All I have to do is tap you with my wand, like this.
It worked, for he began to grow, and suddenly... Unfortunately, there are all types of people, and Julius had turned into the type that is fat and bald with a long nose. It's quite possible that Julius would have had fun, but for one thing. The first person he chanced to meet was the local bully.
Hey, Fatso, come here.
Yes?
Hey, let me see if that nose is real. Hey, what do you know it is? Boy, I'd like to have that thing full of nickels.
And from that moment on, everywhere Julius went, people laughed at it. Now, this is no fun, even if you are a people. So Julius returned to the house of his fairy frog mother.
Well, land's sake, why didn't you tell me you wanted to be a handsome people?
Never mind. The point is, could you do it now?
Well, certainly. I simply have to tap you with my wand and...
When the smoke cleared, he had been changed into a fine, strong, handsome young man. Now, certain that he could begin to have fun as a handsome people, Julius hurried back to town. It was then that another unfortunate thing happened. The evil king of a neighboring kingdom declared war, and Julius was drafted. Army life was not easy on Julius.
Name?
Julius will run us.
Where were you born?
In a pond in New Jersey.
Very funny sign here. Next. Good heavens, where did you get those flat feet?
Well, it's simple, you know, like you said, I'm really a frog and...
Very funny. Next.
Turn your head and cough.
Hey, hey, he, hey, hey, her, hey!
There were months of drilling, marching, and intensive training. Then finally, Julius was marched into battle where his luck ran true to form, for Julius was the first casualty. Weeks later, when he was released from the hospital, Julius once again hurried to his fairy frog mother.
I'm telling you, Frog Mother, I could not stand to go through a thing like that again, you know. So, like, you gotta make me 4F.
All righty. All I have to do.
I know, tap me with your wand, but not so hard.
The tap of that little frog mother's wand was enough to make anybody 4F. So, for the third time, Julius headed for town to have fun as a people. He'd only gone a short distance along the road when he suddenly heard a startling sound. And there, just ahead, he saw a large, vicious dog that had chased someone up a tree.
Go away, shoo, scat.
Then,
It's safe to come down now. Jump and I will catch you. Well, I will be. I did not know that dogs treat pigs.
I'm not a pig, silly. I'm a princess, and because you saved my life, you get to marry me.
Mary, yuck, you?
Yes, isn't it romantic?
Here, boy. Here, boy.
I'll have Father arrange for the wedding right away.
No.
Hey, come back!
this time it was a desperate Julius that ran to the house of his fairy frog mother.
I never want to be a people again. Change me back into a frog, Frog Mother. Hurry, hit me with your wand.
Can't. Broke it over your head when I made you 4F. But there is a way. If you can just hold out until the clock strikes 12, the spell will be broken, and you'll turn back into a frog all by yourself.
Peekaboo!
Julius ran like a deer for the next 5 hours. Then, when it seemed as though he simply couldn't take another step, the big clock in the tower struck 12. And with a blinding flash, Julius turned back into a frog. And he never did have any fun. Now, one would admit that this is rather a sad tale of a frog, but don't feel too badly because not a word of it is true, for you see, it's a well-known fact that frogs don't have tails.